Salle University Dasmariñas is the best venue for your professional preparation. DLSUD offers an unconventional take on education that allows students to learn in an environment surrounded by nature. Inculcates in them not only the Lasallian values of faith, zeal, and service, allows them to experience and participate in socially responsible projects throughout their stay in the university. A heart for the environment, the most eco-friendly school in the Philippines for tertiary schools. Aside from learning within the four corners of the classroom, students experience and practice genuine social consciousness. A commitment to world-class education development programs. The university's Language Learning Center has been lauded countless times by various international organizations for its versatility in offering a variety of standard languages in Asia and the Pacific. De La Salle University Dasmariñas was granted Level 4 accreditation status by the Federation of Accrediting Associations of the Philippines as recommended by the Philippine Accrediting Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities. The distinction is the highest accreditation status granted to only universities who have complied and exceeded the standards set by the PAASCO. DLSUD campus is beautifully green. Having been nature's steward, DLSUD lives its commitment to the environment. At the same time, the university enriches the academic life, culture, and spirituality, all instrumental in targeting the students' holistic development. De La Salle University Dasmariñas, a paradise for learning. DLSUD, creating possibilities.
Hindi. Let us remember that we are in the most holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
In the presence of our God.
One LaSalle prayer. Let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the hope that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitations. Grant me courage and humility. Fill me with the spirit to face the challenge and start the change I long to see. Today I start the change I want to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be the spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see. The change that begins in me.
We are here in the presence of our God.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Welcome to this episodes of Usapang Pera webinar series. For this afternoon, we will be discussing insurance as one of the topics in this series. So to formally start the discussion this afternoon, let us welcome the chairman of the board of the Dasmariñas Alumni Association Incorporated, Dr. Alvin D. Crudo. Sir?
Okay, thank you, Dennis. Nadidinig niyo ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So isang mapagpalang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ang webinar series na ating masasaksihan ngayong hapong ito ay magbibigay ng pagpapaliwanag, no, sa mga bagay-bagay na may kinalaman sa insurance at saka sa investment. Yung mga bagay na napapaloob sa mga prinsipyo na nararapat nating malaman upang magkaroon tayo ng sapat na basihan sa desisyon na ating gagawin. Alam kasi nating lahat, di ba? Pag tayo ay nagdesisyon, hindi pwedeng basta-basta na magde-decision tayo, lalo na at may mga gastusin na nakapaloob dito sa desisyon na ito. So kailangan informed yung decision natin. At nalalaman ko din na sa panahon ngayon, sa pangkasalukuyan, ay marami sa atin ang lubos na naapektuhan at patuloy na nakakaranas ng mga pagsubok, no, dahilan sa pandemya. Kaya ang bawat perang lalabas sa ating mga bulsa ay sinisiguro natin na mailalaan sa mga bagay na lubos na magiging kapaki-pakinabang sa ating mga pamilya. Ngunit gaano ba tayo nakakasigurado? No? Meron bang 100% certainty Ano ba ang mga possible risk involved? So ito yung ilan lamang sa mga katanungan siguro na nasa ating mga pag-iisip. At sa kadahilanang ito ay minarapat ng pamunuan ng De La Salle Dasmariñas Alumni Association Incorporated sa pangunguna ng ating Pangulo, Dr. Nathaniel S. Golia, at ng Alumni Relations and Placement Office sa pangunguna din ng ating Director, Leo D. Manansala, na tayong lahat ay mabigyan ng pagkakataon na maunawaan kung ano ang mga oportunidad na nakapaloob pagdating sa tinatawag na life insurance at mabigyan din tayo ng pagkakataon na makapagtanong pagdating sa open forum ng mga bagay na kinakailangan ng paglilinaw. Sa puntong ito ay nais ko kayong pasalamatan ang lahat ng mga attendees natin ngayon sa Zoom meeting na ito. 10 ng mga naimbitaang panauhin. Actually, yung isang panauhin dito ay aking classmate nung high school, no? Alvin, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Upang ating pakinggan no, ang kanilang mga pagpapaliwanag para sa Usapang Pera webinar series. Ngayon, ang topic natin ngayong hapon na to ay life protection on investment and sharing of risk. So maraming salamat po at pagpalaing tayong lahat ng dakilang lumika. So God bless all of you. Thank you so much to all our guest speakers for this afternoon. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Alvin. So at this juncture, before we proceed with our guest, atin mo nang alalahanin yung iba at ibang mga reminders, no? So that we will have a smooth flow of our discussion throughout this webinar. So for our learning objectives, marami ng mga binanggit sa Sir Alvin sa isa sa mga objectives ng mga webinar na ito. So this is an opportunity to give participants basic knowledge on how to identify right insurance for them, understand the importance of insurance and how it provides a financial transfer of risk, and appreciate the opportunities of insurance and investment at the same time. So ano yung mga dapat tandaan natin sa mga rules while we are attending this webinar? So please be reminded that this event is recorded. Your participation means you are giving consent to be recorded. Stay on mute. If you would like to speak, click the hand raise icon, then wait for the facilitator to address your concern. Switch to speaker view to maximize viewing experience. Switch the screen from gallery view to speaker view. You may send your questions and concerns in the chat option. They will be addressed during the question and answer session. And be polite and courteous at all times. Don't forget to accomplish the evaluation form at the end of this webinar. So again, good afternoon or magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pagpunta, pag-attend dito sa ating webinar ngayong hapon. So this is just one of the many topics we're going to discuss under Usapang Pera. This afternoon, we're going to discuss insurance, and we are lucky that our partners are with us this afternoon to present to us different ideas or things to remember when we want to be insured. So to formally introduce the first of our speakers, let us hear from Mr. Gerardo Serio III to introduce our speaker. Sir Jerry?
Nakauna, no? Thank you, Sir Dennis. Okay. Our first speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Entrepreneur Management at De La Salle University, Dasmariñas. In 2016, he was coded as an insurance advisor of Sun Life Financials and promoted as unit manager in 2018. A 3-time Field Management Excellence Awardee, a 2-time Gamma International Frontline Leadership Awardee. To talk about our topic number 1, insurance principle, what if I die too soon? Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mr. Mark Hermes Sumulong.
All right. So thank you, Sir Jerry, for that wonderful introduction. No? So, but first, I'd like to say my sincerest thanks to the organizer of this forum, especially to Sir Leo, who invited me here, actually who invited us to talk about insurance. This is actually one of my advocacies, which is to propagate financial literacy, which is to help Filipinos achieve lifetime financial security. No? So, ayun, the topic that was given to me is to answer the question, what if I die too soon? No? So, pero ano natin, paraphrase natin yon. What if a breadwinner die too soon? No? So, yan. Let me share quickly my screen. No? So, nakikita na po ba yung aking presentation?
Yes, sir. Kita na po.
Nakikita na naman po. Ayun. Yung nakikita niyo po yung kagwapuhan ko? Hindi
Siyempre
po
naman.
possible po na hindi niyo makita kasi iPad po yung gamit ko. Pero mas maganda na hindi niyo ako makita para makapag-focus kayo doon sa topic na pag-uusapan natin ngayon. No? So, here's the question. What if a breadwinner died too soon? No? Na kinuha ni Lord si breadwinner nang hindi inaasahan. No? So, in order for me to answer this question, I will be raising up 2 questions. No? So, ano yung 2 questions ko dyan? First is, what will happen to the family of the breadwinner? Kasi the family is sila yung kumbaga directly maaapektuhan if the breadwinner dies suddenly, right? So ano nga bang posibleng mangyari sa kanila? Aalamin natin yan. No? Sasagutin natin. At ang ikalawang tanong is, how much enough life insurance coverage should a breadwinner have? Magkano nga ba talaga? Hermes, kasi I've talked to a lot of financial advisor before, and gusto kong malaman magkano nga ba talaga ang ideal life insurance coverage ng isang breadwinner. No? So, ayan. Ngayon, unang tanong, sagutin natin. What will happen to the family of the breadwinner? I am showing with you a picture, no? A picture of a responsible breadwinner who is providing the needs and wants of his family, no? So, very responsible to. Etong pamilya na to, no? Etong breadwinner na to, he is giving a comfort level na lifestyle or maybe luxurious type of lifestyle, no? Kasi he can be able to pay off the amortization of the house, the car. He is the one who's providing for the education of his child or his children, no? Sa pangangailangan ng anak niya, ng asawa, yung needs and wants basically, no? So this is a picture of a responsible breadwinner, no? And here comes the scenario comes in. What if the breadwinner suddenly dies? Anong posibleng mangyari sa pamilya na kanyang sinusuportahan? No? So basically, guguho po, no? Guguho yung pamilya, no? Or yung lifestyle ng pamilyang kanyang maiiwan. kumbaga kung kanina sinabi natin na nasa comfort level, no? Habang si breadwinner ay nandoon nagpo-provide kasi he is the money machine of the family. Nasa comfort level sila and the breadwinner suddenly dies, the family will fall down to poverty or charity. No? So ito yung nakakatakot na scenario na kapag nawala ang isang breadwinner, posibleng ito ang mangyari sa pamilyang maiiwan. No? So yan. Ngayon, here comes the role of insurance comes in. No? So dito na po papasok yung importance ng life insurance. As you see in the picture, the life insurance becomes kumbaga the breadwinner of the family. Kasi po I always tell this to my clients, no. Life insurance is the only expense that will eventually become an income. Uulitin ko po. Life insurance is the only expense that eventually become an income. Kasi po, the moment that the breadwinner dies or pagpahingahin na ni Lord, no, the life insurance, no, yung kapangyarihan ng life insurance, siya na po yung hahalili doon sa kakayanang mag-guide or mag-provide ng isang breadwinner. No? So nakita niyo po dyan, napansin niyo na yung life insurance po, hindi siya manipis. Makapal po siya. No? Hindi rin po siya medyo manipis. Makapal po, no? Kaya niyang suportahan yung pangangailangan ng ng pamilyang naiiwan. Kasi the life insurance can pay off the monthly amortization of the car, of the house. Remember, the car is 5 years to pay. Paano kung kinuha si breadwinner ni Lord ng 1 taon pa lang nababayaran yung sasakyan. Hawak yung bahay, binabayaran niya ng 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years, di ba? So mahaba-haba pang yun, bayarin or lakarin para sa surviving family. And kung merong pang bata na sinusuportahan ng isang breadwinner, the life insurance can also pay off for the educational needs of the child or of the children, no? So ganun din, yung needs and wants ng mga anak at ng surviving family will be taken care of by the life insurance, no? So ayan, may liwanag, no? Merong liwanag kung merong life insurance na maipapamana ang isang breadwinner if suddenly the breadwinner dies. Ayun. Ngayon, sagutin naman natin, no? Are we good? Okay ba tayo doon? Nakuha natin yung kumbaga importance ng life insurance, no? And ngayon, punta na tayo doon sa ikalawang tanong. Sagutin natin 'to, no? How much enough life insurance coverage should a breadwinner have? Ayan. Diba? So tayo, pare-parehas tayong Lasallian dito. Maraming gumraduate ng Lasal. And I know, I assume, no, lahat tayo may mga life insurance na. Marami na rin tayo nakausap na financial advisor. And ngayon, alamin natin kung magkano nga ba talaga ang kailangan na life insurance coverage ng isang breadwinner. No? So yan. Let's start by identifying your monthly income. No? Dito po magsisimula lahat. So kung meron po kayong ballpen at papel, meron kayong calculator sa tabi nyo, pwede nyo po kung sabayan. No? Malalaman nyo po kaagad, immediately, kung magkano ang inyong ideal life insurance coverage. No? So first, let's identify your monthly income. In this case, gawin natin yung net. Kunin natin sa net income. No? Net income, yung after tax na po. So gagawin natin sa monthly income nyo, whether it is 50, 25, 100,000, 200,000, basta monthly kunin nyo yun. Multiply it by 12 to get your annual income. No? So i-multiply mo yan by 12 to get your annual income. and then multiply it by 10 to get your ideal life insurance coverage. So, may nakukompute na ba? May nakukompute na ba? So, kung meron po kayong iuuwi sa sinasabi ko ngayon, ito na po yun. No? Ito na po yun. No? Yung take away nyo sa lahat ng i-discuss ko ngayon. Papaliwanag ko po bakit minultiply yung annual income sa 10 later. No? So, I will give you an example. So, if you are a breadwinner who is receiving a net income of 50,000 pesos per month, if you multiply that by 12 to get your annual income, that is 600,000, right? 600. And then, we will just simply multiply it by 10. And it will arrive at 6 million pesos. No? So, ito po ang, 6 million po ang ideal life insurance coverage ng isang breadwinner na kumikita ng 50,000 pesos per month. No? So yan. I hope we're getting this. Very simple lang naman yung formula natin. And you might be asking, Hermes, bakit mo multiply by 10 yung aking annual income? Bakit? Base po sa pag-aaral, in order for a family to fully move on sa pagkawala ng isang breadwinner, it will take them 10 years. Uulitin ko po. Kailangan po ng 10 taon na pondo ng pamilyang maiiwan ng breadwinner para sila ay makamove on sa buhay. No? So, that is why we multiply it by 10. So, yan. No? So, ano po yan? Different po yan sa bawat tao. If you are receiving 25, so multiply mo yun para makuha mo yung annual and then multiply it by 10. So, kung mas malaki yung income mo, mas malaki yung insurance requirement sa'yo. Kung mas maliit yung iyong income, mas maliit din yung insurance requirement sa'yo. No? So again, kung meron po kayong iuuwi ngayong hapon na ito, sa talk ko na ito po yun. No? Kung paano mag-compute ng ideal life insurance coverage. So, let's move. Now, so balik ako dito sa picture na to. No? This is the reason why the life insurance represents kumbaga parang malaki siya. No, hindi siya manipis. No? Kasi ang tanong diyan is, kung meron ka ng life insurance ngayon, sapat na ba yung 500,000, yung 1 million pesos, yung 2 million pesos, yung 3 million pesos? Kayo po ang makakasagot nun. Kasi remember that life insurance will be the one paying for the amortization na may iwan ng isang breadwinner kung meron man po silang kailangang bayaran. Life insurance can also pay off the educational needs of your child or your children, the needs and wants of your family. Basically, the lifestyle na ipinamuhay mo nung ikaw ay nasa tabi pa ng iyong pamilya, no? So, yan. The life insurance will support the lifestyle of the family. No? Para siyang pamana siya. Pamana yung lifestyle na yan na mararamdaman ka pa rin ng iyong pamilya kahit ikaw ay wala na. Actually, the life insurance is a form of love. No? Na tumawid kahit na ikaw ay wala na. No? Nararamdaman ka pa rin ng pamilya mo yung pagmamahal mo sa kanila financially kahit ikaw ay wala na in a form of life insurance. No? So, yan po. It says here, you need life insurance if a spouse, a child, or a parent depends on you. Ang pagiging breadwinner po is hindi po yan nakabasa sa gender. Kung ikaw ay lalaki or babae. Kung ikaw ay hindi rin po yan nababase sa edad. Posibleng ikaw ay bata pa lang, breadwinner na. Posibleng kahit may edad ka na, breadwinner ka pa rin ng pamilya. Alright? So, ulitin ko po, you need life insurance if a spouse, a child, or a parent depends on you. And now, I will be sharing you a video. No? This is actually unspoken tradition in the Filipino culture. I want you to watch it carefully. No? Baka meron sa ating mga nakaka-relate sa storya na to na hindi natin napapansin, ay oo nga nangyayari pala yan sa pamilya ko or sa Filipino culture. So now, let's all together watch it. Wait lang ha. Ayan. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Alright. So, meron po bang naiyak sa inyo? medyo mahirap magsalita nang hindi ko kayo nakikita, but I hope napanood nyo ng maigi yung video na yon, no? And yung tinutukoy kong unspoken tradition is the cycle of dependency, which is happening in the country. Nasa mga kamay po natin, no? Nasa kamay po natin, nasa henerasyon po natin, yung kakayanan na mabago ang takbo ng susunod na henerasyon. Nasa kamay po natin yon, mga breadwinner ng henerasyon na ito. If you want to be part of that change, na magbigay ng brighter life sa mga susunod na henerasyon, I have this big question for you. Will you be that breadwinner who will provide while you are alive? Or will you be that responsible breadwinner who will provide even if you are taken out of the picture? So maraming salamat po and salamat sa Diyos at nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon na makapag-share sa inyong lahat. So salamat Sir Dennis.
Thank you, Mark. Eye-opener sa lahat natin, no, mga breadwinner, na even after our death, although hindi naman natin gusto lahat ito, life will go on. Our family has to survive. And the ideas, the shared by Mark will give us an idea how to help our family even if we are already out of the picture. Thank you again, Mark.
Thank
So
you
the
po.
next reminders for everybody, for those who want to ask question, please keep it coming. You can write it in our chat box or in the comment section of our FB Live. There will be a raffle after this webinar. You have a chance to win prizes. So the next question, after what if I die early, the other question, what if I live too long? So to answer this, let's again request Mr. Gerardo Sergio Ditor to introduce our next speaker. Sir?
Thank you, Sir Dennis. Our next speaker has been leading and managing since 1989 as instructional supervisor in a U.S. Department of State program in the Refugee Center, and at Pilam Life as Senior Agency Development Office, and now an agency manager per agency, Rodriguez Financial Partners. An active community worker, having been involved in various organizations such as Business Network International or BNI, Polka, Kiwanis Hiyas Das Marinas, Greenwoods Homeowners Association as a board of director, and Journey Companions of Family Life Ministry of Archdiocese of Imus. Our next speaker was a senior agency development officer of Pilam Life in 1992 to 2003 and promoted as unit manager from 2003 to 2013. And currently the agency manager of Pilam Life as she manages and collaborates with a team of candidate, associate managers, and agency leaders. A two-time Gamma International Awardee, a PEAK Awardee, Pilam Life Top Agency Luzon for Group Insurance, a Pilam Life Premier Club Awardee, a Pilam Life Elite Planner Awardee, and a speaker in various events sponsored by DSWD, 13 Marches for OFWs and their families, and PESO employment and recruitment in various towns of Cavite. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Ms. Anife Teodora Libeta Rodriguez.
Good morning, Lasallian community. Hi. Ayan, teka, allow me to share my slide. All right. Thank you so much, Sir Jerry, for that warm welcome and introduction. So, yan, my topic for this afternoon is about retirement planning. So mukhang sinadya talaga ni na Sir Leo ha, na ako ma-assign dito because this is very timely for me. In a few more years, I should be retiring because of age. Syempre, alam niyo naman, pagdating ng mga ganyang 55, 60, it could be a retirement age, no? But why should I? Is it my goal? Retirement is optional. It could be at age 48, 50, or 75, any number. It's your call. You must be empowered to dictate when is the right time. So before we go to the topic, allow me to share with you this financial planning pyramid. We in the financial industry are one in this, no? Savings for retirement comes after setting aside money for emergencies and risk management. So yun muna talaga ang ating uunahin. Yan yung sinabi ni Hermes kanina, no? But it doesn't necessarily mean that you will exhaust every available fund for risk management before you go to the second phase, and that is to save something for the future. This may not be a very good approach to financial planning. Baka pagdating ng panahon na handa ka na or you are forced, no, to retire or to resign, whatever, you will discover that, wow, I'm almost retiring and I don't have enough time, I don't have enough fund to meet my dream retirement. So ano nga ba ang retirement, no? Is it just a number lang ba yan that I have certain millions of pesos and that's it, that's retirement? It's not the end of work and doing nothing. Retirement is the beginning of a new chapter of your life with its purpose, set of choices, priorities, and new discoveries about yourself. Minsan, no, retired na, pero dun nyo pa nalalaman na, wow, I can do this, no? And you're so happy doing those things. So here's what retirement planning is defined in most articles. A process of determining retirement income goals, take actions and decisions necessary to achieve those goals. But in reality, it's not all about money. Planning for a happy retirement involves good health, mental well-being, strong relationships, and purposeful life. Hindi naman masaya pag pera lang, di ba? But this presentation will focus on the financial aspect of retirement, not to discount the fact that all the other aspects are equally important. Okay? So far, okay ba tayo? Alright. Let's begin with the end in mind. Diba sabi? Begin with the end in mind. Working for so long. Kung mo, ilang taong ka nagtrabaho? 40 years, no? Or more. Saving your hard-earned money gave you much sacrifices that you deserve to retire comfortably and with dignity. Ika nga, enjoy the fruits of your labor. So after a long climb, what view would you like to have? Baka pagtingin mo, no, you will be surprised. Ito pala, after working, after making all those sacrifices, ito pala ang haharapin ko na matanda na ako, na wala na akong kapasidad na kumita ng pera. I hope this will not happen to us, no? Dream retirement. Ito, I want you to be engaged. Anong lugar, pag sinabing retirement, anong lugar yung napipicture niyo sa mind niyo? Can you please use the chat box? Where will you retire? Okay, where will you go? Ano pag, yung when you talk about retirement, ano yung napipicture ninyo? If it's ideal, ha? Ideal. Makikita ko ba ang, tinatype nila sa chat box? Okay. I'll wait for your, for your message, your answer. Naku, mahirap palang hanapin dito, no? Okay, bubuksan ko pa siya. Okay, anyway. I've asked a lot of people. Ayan, teka ha. Buksan natin to. May isang sumagot. Ayan, naku, travel around the world. Naku, hindi ka makukurapdapan, ano? Parang from one place to another. Wow, Holy Land, no? So parang these are the things that you want to do, no? Pero pag sinabi mong saan ka magstay or parang anong lugar, no? Some people, most of my clients na tinatanong ko, eto yung sinasabi nila no? Na lugar. Parang, okay? Yan. 'Di ba? Parang punta ka sa beach, see the sunset, the sunrise, no? And you have this, no? You have financial independence, etc. Purposeful life. You still have something to do other than, retiring and resting. No? So, it's a picture of peaceful life. And again, I want all of you to aspire for the good life after retirement, not just financially, again, but in all aspect of our life. If we want good life, much has to be done. Di ba? Kailangan magtrabaho mabuti, aspire to be the best in whatever career you are in, expand or grow your business, among many others. No? There are so many things to enjoy, but everything has a cost. Now, take a look at these items. No? Dami, no? Dami natin pinagkakagastusan. Do you think pag nag-retire tayo, lahat yan mawawala or kokonti na lang? Kasi karamihan, konti na lang naman. Pag nag-retire naman, simpleng buhay lang ako eh. Pero, ito yung hindi natin alam, no? Most expenses will still be there. Probably, may mga mawawalang bayarin dyan, ano? May mawawala dyan. But definitely, all the others, no? Ay nandyan pa rin. At minsan, because of medical expense, wow! Ang katumbas nun, parang may dalawa kang pinagkokolehiyo. So, should you dream of having the same or an improved lifestyle, you've got to be ready. So, kailan tayo magiging maghahanda? By the time na ilang taon na lang magre-retire na tayo or ngayon, no, habang mga bata pa kayo, baka yung iba sa inyo dyan ay ngayon pa lang nasa 20s or 30s, no? Because this is a reality. No? Hindi natin pwedeng takasan yung iba pa mga expenses na yan because we want to enjoy our retirement. Now, this is a tale of two retirees. No? Gusto ko kasing ma-appreciate nyo to na dalhin ko kayo doon sa time na end in mind na ngayon retired na tayo. No? Kung hindi nyo napaghandaan yan, no? Financial independence would be a no-no. You can only enjoy retirement and financial independence kung napaghanda natin. In terms of comfort, you have great comfort if you're ready. Pag wala, hardly. In terms of choices, ang dami mong choices. Anak, apo, saan ba tayo kakain? If you're not ready, so limited. And ito, nako, very real to. Family and friends, you will still have a lot if you're ready. Kapag financially hard up tayo, mararamdaman niyo po yan. The family, the friends, unti-unti po silang nawawala. Nandyan naman sila, pero aminin natin, kasi kung halimbawa, tayo ang lumalapit asking for help, no? Every now and then, sino ba naman ang gugustuhin na every now and then may lalapit, no? So the tendency, and it's so disheartening, no, to know that. In terms of health, may effect din kapag napagandaan natin to, you can buy your, mga medicines and food supplements. So generally, in good health. But if not, we may be experiencing poor health. In terms of meaning in life, mas purposeful daw ang mga taong naghanda. If not, you lost the meaning of living. Minsan nababawasan yan. And of course, dignity, syempre, nandun pa rin yung ating respect natin sa sarili. If not, ang feeling natin, you're helpless, you're hopeless. Parang very dependent tayo sa ating mga anak or probably sa ating pang mga apo. At ang dignity, napakahalaga niyan sa tao. Mawala na ang lahat, di ba? Huwag lang yung ating dignity. So this is very, very important, my dear friends. We're not talking about money here. We're talking about happiness and, having a good life. Okay? Sabi dyan, 20% lang of the Filipinos ang handang-handa na talagang they can live comfortably. So medyo napakababa po nito as compared to our other Asian countries, no? So mababa po. Kaya we're doing this very often po ang mga ganitong forum. So I'm so happy that we're able to share these ideas with you. Now, this is a sample scenario, Magkano ba? Kasi alam ko, yan ang nasa isip nyo. Kung halimbawa age 30 ako, magkano ba? Well, this is from Fidelity Investments, shared by our president. If you're age 30, multiple po ito ng inyong annual income. So if you're earning, let's say, para madaling computation, 1 million. So by this time, at ikaw ay age 30, dapat meron kang 1 million, Kung ikaw naman ay age 40, 3 million. Age 50, that should be times 6, and that is 6 million. Now, we're not saying na ito ay nandun sa inyong bangko. It can be placed in somewhere else. Okay, these are just recommended amount of savings. It can come from different investment vehicles including real estate. Why not? Diba? Kaya mo binili yung loteng yon para later on you can sell it and ang taas ng pwedeng maging value, or it could be insurance program. Now, there are so many reasons sa dami ng mga nakausap namin why they fail to start on their dream. Gusto, karamihan ng mga tao gusto talaga, but why? Now, again, please engage, Ano yung top reason ninyo? Bakit hindi nakakaligtaan tong retirement planning na to? Tingnan ko lang kung magiging tama itong mga na-identify in this research. Yan. Okay, so million talaga pag nag-retire tayo. So ano ba yung dahilan? Bakit hindi nakakapagsimula? Okay. Sige, I'll show some answers. Ayan, teka, tingnan ko muna ha. Meron siyang sumagot. Kulang ang monthly income. So yon, the usual. The usual answer. Medyo ayaw gumalaw po ng aking slide. Alright, ayan. Many expenses, diba? Yan ang laging na babanggit. Many emergencies, yon, medyo matindi rin ang spending pattern. Lalo na po ng mga Pinoy. Kadalasan talaga hindi natin nasa-set aside yung income, hindi natin nagagawa yung income minus savings equals expenses. So dapat tatanggalin mo na talaga yung savings, Retirement is still too far, Tagal pa yan. Mag-enjoy muna ako ng buhay. And lack of financial literacy or mga ganitong mga pinag-uusapan, And of course, ayan, meron ding certain percentage na yung mga anak ko naman, pinag-aral ko naman yan eh. So hopefully by that time, sila ay tutulong na rin sa akin. Now, again, dapat nasa kamay natin yan. Hindi natin pwedeng ipasa sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kasi again, yung dignity, yung respect sa sarili natin, pag hindi tayo tinulungan ng ating mga anak, how would you feel? Di ba? Parang, wow, after ilang taong kong pinag-aral, etc. Now, this time, ano naman yung mga practical tips, Punta naman tayo sa, sige, ayan ang mga problema, pero anong gagawin ko? Now, three-pronged approach, When it comes to income, when it comes to expenses, and when it comes to savings. So I will, pakita ko na lang lahat ito, anong pwedeng gawin ni Juan de la Cruz. Okay? When it comes to income, ano ba ang pwede nating gawin sa ngayon? Kung nasasabi nyo kanina na, medyo yung income, panapat lang. Okay, what do you do? Here are the choices. Mag-advance ka sa career mo. Take another job. Go to another company. Magnegosyo ka online. Or invest wisely. Okay? You can get one or two of these things para ma-increase ang ating income. When it comes to expenses, usually ito talaga ang malaking problema din natin. Living within your means. Nako, sabi nga, behavioral biases lead to suboptimal decisions. What does that mean? Ang financial planning po, that's not mathematical. It is emotional. So dapat ang advice po na ating mga experts, ihiwalay mo ang iyong emotion when you talk about, financial planning. Living within your means. Minsan yung want nagiging need. And you can justify that. Alam ko, tayo lahat guilty dyan. Separate needs from wants. Spending priorities. Raise your expenses no more than half of income increase. So, tumas ang income mo, tinas mo naman ng doble yung expenses mo. Paano naman yan? Diba? Okay. When it comes to savings, these are some of the tips, no? Save early, save often, begin with whatever amount you can afford. Akala nung iba, libo-libo ang pwedeng pag-ipunan. You know, you can start with barya. Yung isang bote po ng Coke, punuin nyo, that can amount to 8 to 9,000. Believe me, 5 and 10 pesos. And 10,000 can be invested in so many, many ways. Napakarami po yan. Make savings a habit and automatic. Sa ngayon po, may mga GCash na automatic na. O kaya naman sa mga bank account natin, nag-o-automatic din siya na pwedeng auto-debit yung ating savings. And the suggestion is slowly, savings rate has to reach 30%. Medyo mataas po to. No? But sa akin, personally, you can start with 10%. And then kung wala namang masyadong expenses, you can increase it gradually. Now, ito po, may tatlong blanco dyan. Ito po yung iiwanan ko sa inyo. Kanina si Hermes, meron siyang iniwan na assignment. Ito naman yung assignment nyo ngayon. Mamili kayo. How do you increase your income? 1 or 2. Expenses, what will I do? 1 or 2. Savings, what will I do? I think this will be a big help. Alam nyo, nung napakinggan ko to, immediately I took 2 actions when it comes to savings. Itinago, yun nga po, mag-automatic ka na ng tago para hindi mo makikita yan sa iyong bank account. So GCash, no, pag pasok ka agad. And it earns, ngayon may promo sila 3% or 5%. So mataas na po yan as compared to the banks, no? Now, my last few slides, some of the tips, no? Some the things na pwede po natin gawin. Match your goals with the right investment vehicle. No? Kung pupunta ka ng Baguio, wag kang bababa ng Pampanga. Hindi pa yung destinasyon eh. Minsan natatakot tayo eh. Bumababa. So, wini-withdraw natin. In investing, you must be willing to wait. No? Merong mga long term, may short term. So, if it's invested in a long term, be sure we are willing to wait. And we have to be patient. No? Also, yung kailan mo gagamitin yung fund, no? So, kapag long term, dapat long term din ang ating vehicle. Kapag naman short term, then we can choose from short term investment vehicles, no? Then, of course, beat inflation. Ayan. Talking about banks, so syempre ang bangko, importante rin yan. Pero sa ngayon, napakaswerte ninyo kasi ang dami nyo na pwedeng pagpilian na pwedeng kumita ng mas malaki kaysa sa inflation rate. Our inflation rate now is running for about 4.5%. Okay, medyo mababa, pero of course, medyo mabigat pa rin yan. Kung sa bangko tayo nag-iipon na less than 1% ang pwede natin kitain. Now, before you start, allow me to share this sabihin nating mga brutal facts. Kung mag-start ka ng program and you're hoping your expenses to disappear, it won't. If you're waiting for the right time, it won't then. No? The target is getting harder to reach kapag pinatagal natin ng pinatagal. No? So dapat talaga do it as early as possible. Time can be your ally. No? The crisis can be your opportunity. 1997, 2008, 2020, what's common? Crisis years yan eh. But we have to learn from our history. Makakabangon din yan. We just don't know when. So ngayon na nandito tayo sa pandemic, we have to grab this chance, no? Kahit nasa crisis, opportunity. Bakit? Ang baba ngayon ng prices ng stocks. You can easily put, sa ngayon po, 1,000. You can already put your money in UITF or mutual fund. Alright. Road to financial wellness. No? Andito ako sa 20s, 30s, kung saan man pong edad tayo naroroon. No? Along life's roads, preparing for immediate needs would always come as a priority. But don't forget that as you continue with your journey, saving and investing would be as important as well. Tonight, get out for a while. Look at the sky. the bright moon, bright stars. You see them in the darkest of the night. Seize the day. Tomorrow, you will tell yourself, buti na lang, sinimulan ko. My dear Lasallian community, try to retire happy, build that dream retirement. We're so happy to serve you. This is Annie Rodriguez saying maraming salamat po. Good afternoon.
Sir Dennis, nakamute ka.
Ganda na ng sinabi ko na ka. Ito yung ano. Thank you, Miss Annie. No? So, that's the realization no? That if you want to build for our retirement, it's just like building a house that we need to work hard, to plan, and to strive no? So that we can achieve. So, hindi lang siya basta darating lang. So, doon sa mga binanggit ni Miss Annie, there are steps actually that we can do for us to achieve our retirement plan. And kakibat kasi dyan ng good retirement planning is for us to have a very good life during our retirement period. Thank you, Miss Annie. So for our next question, so from short life to long life, what will be the contribution of insurance of the things that will happen in between? So to introduce our next and third speaker, let us again call Mr. Gerardo Serio III to introduce our next speaker.
Hey, thank you again, Sir Dennis. Our next speaker is a graduate of De La Salle University Dasmariñas, obtaining a degree in tourism management as a scholar. She was connected with East West Banking Corporation in 2014 after moving to Metropolitan Bank and Trust Company in 2016. In 2017, she was a reservation and ticketing officer of Getaway Tours International Incorporated, a travel agent, a part-time faculty of De La Salle University Dasmariñas, teaching tourism courses, and a financial advisor at Pro Life UK. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Ms. Christine Ann Belinario.
Hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, sir. Thank you po. Good day, everyone. So thank you so much that you were able to have time to attend our webinar today. So sana po may mapulot po kayong aral mula po sa amin. And so basically, natuto tayo kung what will happen nga if someone died too soon and if someone naman na nagkaroon ng mahabang buhay. So ngayon, topic naman natin kung what if something happens in between. Okay? So let me allow to share my screen. So ayan, so basically we will talk about universal life insurance and how to be financially independent. So later on we will tackle then yung what if something happens in between. So first, I will give you some tips muna kung paano ba tayo mapupunta dun sa road to financial wellness. So the road to financial wellness starts here. So yan. Make money work for you. So paano? How can we do this ba? Paano nga ba? So, sasagutin po natin yan sa next slide. Sabi po dyan, investing is growing, protecting, and putting your money to work for you. Yan. Kasi nga po, di ba, not all of us are knowledgeable in doing this kasi marami ding nasa scam. Di ba? Kasi yung iba, pag sinabing, oh, overnight lang, ganito na kalaki yung money mo or yung ininvest mo, kinabukasan ganito na siya. So pag ganyan po, wag po tayong maniniwala. Pag too good to be true po siya, wag po nating paniniwalaan because ang pag invest po ay hindi po overnight lang. It takes time to grow. Okay po. So remember po natin 'yan ha, wag po tayong magpapadala sa mga scammers. Kasi sayang po yung ano, yung pera na inalat po natin doon. Okay? So ayan, with ProLife UK's variable insurance, you can be an investor without the hassle. So bakit po sinabing without the hassle? Kasi hindi hindi rin po ako nagpo-promote ng ano ng insurance company namin. Sorry po. Ito lang kasi yung binigay sa akin na slide. So in our company po kasi, we have Spring Investments sa Singapore po. So sila po yung fund manager ng ProLife UK. So sila na po yung nag-handle ng investments. So this is a good tip. So remember to diversify, spread the risk. So tip po natin, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So ano po bang ibig sabihin nun? So this is a piece of advice which means that one should not concentrate all efforts and resources in one area as one could lose everything. 'Di ba? Let's say namalengke ka tapos nasa isang basket nga lang yung eggs na pinamili mo may nakabunggo sa'yo. Di nabasag lahat. So all the efforts po and resources ay nasayang. So, um, have a long-term mindset when you decide to invest. So, when investing, we have to think that it is a long-term plan. So, wag po tayo magmamadali. So, dahil nga doon sa sa word na long, long po talaga siya. So, hindi po siya overnight. It takes really time po talaga. So, saving and investing and all those strategies to grow money needs time. So what if suddenly you run out of time? So this is where I'd like to focus on po yung ating mga life showstoppers. Okay? Ito po yung ating life showstoppers. So, ito po yung mga possible reasons na makapagpatigil sa ating income. So, these are the sad events, what we call sad events po. So we have S for sickness. Siyempre, paano pag si breadwinner ay nagkasakit at hindi pa agad makakabalik sa trabaho? Ganyan. And what if naman na accident si breadwinner at ang result ng kanyang pagkaka-accident ay naging disable siya or nabalian siya ng paa, ng kamay, ng daliri, ganyan po. So doon po pumapasok si disability. And worst po is death. Yan. So these sad events, wala po siyang pinipili. So age, time, status, kahit sino po pwedeng tamaan nito. So we need to prepare. We need to be adequately protected. Yan. So ito po, critical illness and accident do not choose who, when, or where to strike. Yan. So si critical illness is the number one killer. So you imagine more Filipinos die of heart attack. People are diagnosed with cancer and stroke. So once ma-diagnose ka ng mga yan, paano na po? Paano na yung trabaho, yung business, or yung kita mo? Siyempre, maaapektuhan po yan. So our variable insurance has critical illness benefit that protects you and your investment. So as you can see, we have an umbrella. Meron po tayong tao dito na may hawak na piggy bank. And then, pinoprotect po siya ng umbrella. So, si umbrella nag-represent kay ProLife UK. So, pinaprotect niya po once na tinamaan ng disability, if ever ma-hospitalized, magkaroon ng critical illness or accident, the umbrella will protect your income and your investment. So, um, hindi na po lalapit pa yung mga kamag-anak ni insured if ever na something happens to him. Hindi na niya kailangan pang lumapit sa Bombay, mangutang kung saan-saan, sa kamag-anak. Later on, tatanawan pa ng utang na loob. Siyempre, gaya nga po ng sinasabi ni Miss Annie, yung credibility nga. So, ayan. So, if ever na protected po tayo, protected din po ang income natin and yung investment natin. So, the family, um, hindi na siya ganun maaapektuhan. Hindi na sila masyadong masasaktan, if ever. So this one po, our variable insurance is so flexible because you can choose a package that fits your budget, choose the fund that matches your appetite for risk and return, and you can also make withdrawals from the plan's fund value to support any financial requirement and make additional investment or top-ups for higher and faster fund accumulation. Kasi nga po, that's why tinawag siyang variable kasi hindi po siya fixed. You can do anything. Yun din po ang isang advantage ni variable insurance. So you have a lot of control on that contract and permanent life insurance na siya. Plus, yung components nga po niya is meron kang control. Let's say, for example, we have, ano po, di ba? Manual cars and automatic cars. So, in manual, you can choose your gears. Unlike doon po sa automatic car, one gear lang. So, parang si variable insurance ay hinahalin tulad po natin kay manual car. Kasi you can choose um, any of components and flexible po siya. So, more likely, um, kung ano yung variable insurance na yun ay talagang swak na swak po para sa tao na yun. So, next po tayo. So, ito po, advantages ulit ng variable insurance. So, attractive returns po siya only in big investors normally enjoy. So, pag malaki po yung ininvest natin, medyo malaki din po yung pwedeng ibalik sa atin. And liquidity through partial or full withdrawals anytime. So, ayan nga po if ever na kailanganin natin ng um, budget sa pagpapaaral ng anak or if ever magpapagawa ka ng renovation or bahay, you can uh, do a partial withdrawals anytime. Basta po kailangan. And the expertise, ayan po yung sinasabi ko po kanina, sila po yung nagmamanage ng fund, si Spring Investments po. Sila po yung largest fund manager in Asia. So life, disability, and critical illness insurance. So si variable insurance po, meron pong itong mga components nito, si life, disability, and critical insurance. So, question lang po, no? So, bakit bakit mo ba kailangan bumili ng variable universal life insurance? Yan. So anyone po, kung gusto niyo pong mag-chat sa chat box, pwede po. So bakit nga po ba? Based po dun sa mga nasabi or na-share kanina. Okay. So ito po, bakit nga po ba? So if someone got an income or um, kung meron man po sa atin na kumikita na, yan, meron trabaho or business, so meron po tayong income. And dun sa income po na yun, we have dependents, di ba? We have families, yung mga anak po natin. Siyempre, yung mga anak po natin, nag-aaral sila. And eventually, pag nag-college na, syempre gusto mo sa magandang school sila. Hindi lang yun, paano pag nagkasakit or na-accident, worst, pag meron nga pong namatay. So yun, why should, bakit po natin kailangan bumili ng variable insurance? Kasi kapag meron pong dependence tayo sa ating income, and that's the time that you should buy a full or variable universal life insurance. Kasi nga po, hindi lang naman para sa atin yung kinikita natin. Merong someone or meron tayong family na nakadepende sa ating kinikita. So what if something happened sa atin, 'di ba? If something we got accident or nagkaroon tayo ng malalang sakit or biglaan, worse na heart attack, 'di ba? Yung mga sudden deaths po na ganyan. So, um, ngayon pa lang po, kung kaya niyo po, you should purchase na po ng variable life insurance. So, yun lang po. Ganun lang po kabilis ang aking presentation. Sir Dennis.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, sir.
It's good, no? It's good to have an insurance, but it's more advantageous if we integrate investment with the insurance. Thank you, Christine, for that realization and recommendation for integrating insurance and investment. So at this juncture, please be reminded that you can still ask your questions in relation to the topics we have discussed. There will be prizes now from those who will ask questions. Now it will be raffled now electronically, and prizes will be given after the activity. So, Christine, discuss VUL as one form of insurance. Now, let me ask our other panel members. Mark, what's the difference between VUL? If you have a product, VUL product, as compared to ordinary life insurance? Ano bang kaibahan niya?
Sir, ako ba yung
Yes, Mark. Thank you.
All right. So, ang question is, what is the difference of VUL from other type of insurance? Am I right, sir?
Wala ba siyang risk? Miss Annie, are there any risk sa VUL? Kasi investment siya, di ba? Investment and insurance.
Yes, kasama pag pinag-usapan kasi ang investment, kasama talaga doon merong risk, involved. Pero depende yan doon sa tinatawag na risk appetite nung client, Kung kaya niya na gusto niya mas malaki ang pwedeng return, willing siya, Willing siya na may makita siyang mga fluctuations, So meron namang very minimal ang risk, May tinatawag tayong mga bond fund, yung mga treasury bills na ino-offer natin na mas lower, na hindi gasinong risky. Pero kung ang objective mo is long-term din naman, may makikita kayong, lumiliit, bumababa. Pero yun nga, sabi ko nga, 'di ba, kung Baguio ang destination mo, andito pa lang tayo sa Bulacan, ba't ka naman mag-withdraw ka agad? Bakit ka naman tatanggalin mo kaagad yung funds? So there are people na medyo madaling matakot doon. So that is not the right type of investment or tools na pwede sa kanya. So yun, role namin yun as financial advisors ni Mark at saka ni Tin na tingnan yung risk appetite ng clients, kung ano yung nababagay sa kanya at kung depende sa edad rin. Kapag as you grow older, we recommend, 'di ba, Mark and Tina, wag na masyadong risky. Baka mamaya biglang mag-pandemic o kaya biglang nagkaroon ng
Ikaw pa masisisi, ma'am, no?
Masisisi pa tayo. Yun.
Okay. Thank you, Annie, Christine, and Mark. Other questions now will be raised later after our fourth speaker. We have some questions here. and it will be again asked after our fourth speaker. Now, aside from, thank you, Annie, Christine, Mark. Aside from insurance, there are also other alternative investments, which we can also use for our protection. No? And we have our fourth partner speaker for this afternoon. Let us call again Mr. Jerry Serio to introduce our fourth speaker. Sir Jerry?
Okay, our last speaker is a marketing management graduate of De La Salle University Dasmariñas and was awarded as most outstanding marketing student. Our speaker has a vast experience in the banking industry. In 1999 to 2005, he was with International Exchange Bank and responsible in the selling of 574 Garden Heights condominium units under receivable financing and collection arrangement. In 2005 to 2007, he was appointed as credit and collection supervisor. In 2008, he brought his experience to UCPB Savings Bank as branch head. With his leadership, the branch was awarded as Branch of the Year runner-up for 2 consecutive years. So acknowledging his potentials, the UCPB Savings Bank appointed our speaker as region head for Bismin area and Assistant Vice President 1. And currently, he is the relationship manager of Union Bank. So ladies and gentlemen, our last speaker, Mr. Alvin Ferrer.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Pleasant afternoon to everyone. I'll be sharing my screen now. Nakikita niyo po yung screen ko?
Wala pa po, sir.
Sir Alvin, wala ka pa.
Yan.
Okay na po.
Sir. Yeah, okay. Good afternoon. I'll make this short na lang naman. Well, kanina pinag-usapan bakit important yung insurance, bakit important yung retirement, and yung BUL, which is another form of insurance and investment. So sa akin naman, I will just discuss about yung opportunities where you can place your funds. This is also an insurance. This is also a BUL insurance. But I'll be discussing about where you can look for opportunities outside of the country. So to start with, let's first discuss what is happening with our economy right now.
Sir Alvin, naka-mute po kayo.
Yeah, sorry. So just last night, it was announced by the president that MECQ is going to be extended. Well, the silver lining about it is that there are other businesses that's going to be allowed to open, namely yung mga barbershops and salons. Yung mga restaurants are also being allowed to have a dine-in na. So that would somehow open up the economy, but still lacking. So secondly, we are in recession. Our economy is in recession since the second half of 2020. We are in recession already. Up to now, still the same. So if you ask me, if you ask most of the experts, then not just what are we looking at right now, the recession would probably persist until next year, 2021, first semester of 2021. So ano ba naging cause ng recession? Nagkaroon tayo ng unemployment rate, high unemployment rate. Bakit? kasi nagsara yung mga businesses or some of the businesses naman that have remained open are operating on 50% capacity or limited capacities. This has forced them to reduce their manpower complement. So, nangyari, tumaas ang unemployment rate sa atin. Another problem that we're facing right now is yung rising consumer price index. Mataas ang inflation rate natin. It's at 4%. This was brought about by the rising oil prices and yung nangyari doon sa, if you're familiar with the pork crisis, na maraming hog raisers have stopped producing or raising their hogs kasi naapektuhan sila ng ASF, yung African swine fever. Nga naman, pag naapektuhan ng isang alaga mo, all of your livestock would be culled. And so it would result into losses also. Another thing that's happening to us is the stock market is down. So it has been down since March of last year. And for all intents and purposes, it can still be down until probably end of 2021. We do not see any recovery at the moment. Recovery is hinged upon the vaccine story natin. The more that we hasten our vaccination program, the more that we see an economic recovery. But the more we delay, the more that we're going to be ignored. Ano pang another considerations that we have? There's a low interest environment. Ano yung low interest rate environment? If you look at the time deposits right now, the savings accounts rate, lahat yan mababa. It's registering less than 1%, especially for the time deposits. Now, if you look at the treasury bills and treasury bonds, you're likely to get 1.25 to 1.75%. Still very low. If you compare those interest rates, those earnings versus the inflation rate of 4%, you're still losing by 3%. So, anong outlook natin in the next 3 months or 6 months or even a year? Unfortunately, the economic outlook is the economic recession would still continue. We would be among the last to recover. And this is really something that we have to look into because when they say that we will be the last to recover, there are opportunities that we're going to miss out. Especially if you are to look at the United States right now, where they have started opening up their economies, they have also shifted their demands for semiconductors and chips, computer chips, from China to Taiwan and even Vietnam. And we're missing on this opportunity because hindi tayo maka-open. Since hindi tayo maka-open, hindi tayo kino-considered as a place of investment. Another issue is yung high inflation rate. This would persist. Unemployment also will persist because there are a lot of businesses that have yet to open up. Until now, factories are working at 50% capacities. Yung mga fast food chains are operating on less than 50% capacities. Wala pang mga dine-ins. If there are dine-ins, less than 50% pa rin yung mga tao na inaalaw na kumain sa loob ng restaurants. Then there is also rampant borrowed spending ng government. Then another issue is there are no more economic stimulus funds to give to the poor. So this would lessen yung consumption ng mga tao, and thereby it would also affect whatever businesses that are existing right now. Kung nababawasan yung consumptions, nababawasan din yung bumibili dun sa mga businesses na nakabukas. Tapos meron yung local stock market would continue to struggle kasi nga hindi tayo makapagbukas ng economy. And yan, the low interest rate would still prevail. So what do? We look for outside opportunity. Dito tayo papasok ngayon sa kung wala kang mapuntahan na investment alternatives in the Philippines kasi bagsak ang stock market. We're expecting that recovery might be probably in the second half of 2021. slight recovery at that. If you look at the interest rates are down, and it's going to be a prevalent occurrence kasi the government is encouraging borrowings from the business sectors para ma-spur ang economic spending. So interest rates on savings account, treasury bills, and treasury bonds would still prevail at a low value. So where do we go right now? We look for outside opportunities. Saan tayo pupunta? Then we go outside the Philippines, probably United States and other opening markets. But before you try to invest on those markets, you must first identify which of these industries that you would want to put your money into. And I have some industries that I would like to share with you. That probably you can look for, you can consider as industries that are resilient, or ito yung mga least affected industries, like yung FMCGs, yung fast-moving consumer good items. These are Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Mondenisin. These are companies that have remained in demand, or that has products that have remained in demand until now na meron tayong pandemic. Then there's also yung pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer, Novavax, Johnson & Johnson. Other than the vaccines that they produce, there are also medicines that they are also producing for the sick. So these are also considered as resilient industries. And of course, the apple of the eye of the stock markets right now around the world is the technology sector. Yung Zoom, yung Analog, Amazon, Apple, Intel, Netflix, Google Alphabet, and Samsung. These are the number one destinations or destination of foreign funds na dinadala sa abroad. So how do you invest on this? How do you invest on these particular products? Well, we have products that we can offer. We call this the Peso Global Technology Fund. So ano ba tong Peso Global Technology Fund? It is an insurance product pa rin. It's a BUL, as what is discussed by Ms. Christine, but these invest mostly on technology stocks outside of the Philippines. If you look at here, in this area here, the country positioning, this is mostly invested in the United States, Japan, South Korea. These are countries where the economies are expected to open earlier than the Philippines. So saan siya dinadala? And the number one fund destination is yung Apple, Google, Samsung, Facebook. Yeah. And I would like to bring your attention doon sa fund returns niya. If you look at the fund returns and year to date, it is doing about 15.41%. This is a fantastic rate. This is more than what your ordinary time deposit is earning, or even any bonds that you have in the market right now would not be able to earn this. In 2020, it earned about 34.77%. So, kita niyo yung laki ng returns ng investments na nilalagay dito sa Peso Global Tech Fund. The current net asset value is at 1.4877. What does it mean? Ano ang ibig sabihin nitong 1.487794? Ang ibig sabihin nito, if you invested 1 million, your funds have already earned 487,000. So this is really it offers a fantastic return. Now, paano to? How does it work ba? Paano ako mag-i-invest dito sa Peso Global Tech Fund? This is an insurance product. Gaya ng sinabi ni Ms. Christine, it's a BUL, but it has an investment component. Like in the past, meron kasi especially those who are about my age, ang insurance ay binabayaran ng premium, whether monthly, semi-monthly, as a semi-annual or annual, and then you have to wait for um, say 5 years or 10 years before you get a lifetime coverage. But now, with this kind of products, all you have to do is just put in that annual premium in advance, and you get the opportunity to earn. So, pag nagkaroon ka ba ng opportunity to earn, anong mangyayari? Well, for one, uh, you are free, you are insured based on the amount ng fund level. Okay. Tingnan niyo po itong ano nito, itong computation dito. Yung potential amount insured, say for example, you invested 500,000 pesos, or will be your premium. At the current rate of 15.41 returns, your money right now or your fund is at 577.50. So that means an earning of 77,050. So in 6 months period, you earn about 77,050. That's not bad for an earning. Now, if you want to go out, you can do so. Kaya lang, meron siyang withdrawal fee na 5%. There are a certain percentage of withdrawals that you will be charged. So, assuming that we factor in the withdrawals, you still get 36,656. For a 6-month period, you get 36,656. So ang total withdrawable funds mo, if ever that you would want to get out of the market, is 536,656. Ngayon, question is, paano kung malugi? Anong mangyayari doon sa pera ko? Sabihin na natin that our investment of 500,000 went down to 300,000. What happens then? Then, you now refer to your insurance coverage. Diba? You've invested 500,000 pesos, your amount insured is 625,000. That means, pag nadisgrasya yung investment nyo na 500,000 pesos at naging 300,000 na lang siya, and then sumama ang loob nyo, and God forbid, inatake sa puso at namatay, your beneficiary is still entitled to get the 625,000 pesos insurance coverage. So that means that you're still protected. Your beneficiaries still gets back the money that you invested plus the 125,000 na coverage doon sa additional amount na nadagdag doon sa 500,000 yung ininvest. So this is really, it offers a good opportunity for somebody that has an insurance coverage, and at the same time, meron kayong investment component na pwede nyong ilabas every time you feel na kumikita na kayo or you're satisfied with the earnings. Now, yung insurance coverage nyo depends on the fund value, ha? So, ibig sabihin lang nito, kahit na you're assured of getting 625,000 insurance coverage, but if your fund value, say, is at 800,000, you will be entitled to get the 800,000, not the minimum 625,000 insurance coverage. So ganito, yan po yung ino-offer na, ito po yung performance nung fund na ino-offer namin. That I hope that somebody or many of you would look into na it's worth looking at investing your hard-earned money. Now, there's also another fund that you can look into, and this is what we call as yung dollar opportunity fund. Again, this is the same. It is the same. It is invested in the same product in the same industry, technology industry. Now, the only difference here is that this is a dollar-denominated investment. Yung kanina, this one is a peso-denominated investment, Peso Global Tech Fund. Here, this is a dollar opportunity fund naman. And dollar opportunity, it's also being invested outside of the Philippines, mainly in the United States, mainly on technology stocks like Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Samsung, and the likes. Now, ano ba yung naging performance niya from last year? From last year, it did 2.85%. But this year, it is doing 5.29%. So mataas yung naging performance niya from this year versus last year. Bakit? Kasi it was only introduced last October. But in that 2 months time na nag-exist yung fund, it earned about 2.85% versus the 5 versus now na almost 4 months or 5 months na in existence, it is doing 5.29%. Current NAV po, or net asset value, is 1.082. So again, if you invested 1 million on this fund, you're getting about 80,000 or 82,000 pesos. So, balik tayo doon sa computation. Bakit it is worth looking into? Una, there's a dollar hedging here. You have the opportunity to earn on the forex conversion, not just on the interest or the returns of the fund. Yung return ng funds, it's doing about 529 pesos or $529 US dollars pala. Sorry. Based on the year-to-date of 5.29%. Minimum investment is at 10,000. So halimbawa, nag-invest kayo ng $10,000, your funds had already earned 529. Now, if you hedge that, ang ginawa natin is yung peso natin na 484,200, we convert that into dollar, ginawa natin siyang $10,000, and invest natin sa fund na ito. Pag umakyat ang investment or ang forex to 50.25, that fund, yung peso natin, magiging 502,500. So meron kang opportunity to earn on the forex, and you also have the opportunity to earn on the returns. So magkakano ba yung returns na yon? Yung forex earnings, 484 versus 502, you earn 18,300. That's just from the forex. Yung forex conversion ito. Tapos, meron ka pang additional na 529 that you will also convert into pesos. That's 26,582. So roughly, yung pera natin is now 44,882. Ngayon, assuming, kasi lahat naman po ng investment walang assurance, nakikita kayo. We cannot commit that you will be earning this much. What we are just presenting here is that these are based on historical figures and the current performance of the fund. Paano kung bumaba? Paano kung malugi? Yung $10,000, halimbawa, naging 8,000 na lang siya. Then you go back doon sa insurance mo. You stay with the fund in the long run. You do not just, when you experience losses, you don't just leave. You wait. Kasi karamihan naman ng mga losses doon sa funds are paper losses only. Hindi naman siya actual losses talaga. But in some cases, na talagang hindi makarecover ang funds, you go back doon sa insurance coverage mo. Yung in-invest mo, sorry, this is in dollars po. I'm sorry about it. This is in dollars. Yung $10,000 na in-invest mo, you are insured for $12,500 or $2,500 na additional doon sa 10,000 na in-invest nyo. What does it mean? Una, yung earnings po na $2,500 in case of demise na nakukuha nyo po sa insurance, hindi nyo siya kikitain sa ordinary time deposit or savings deposit rates ng dollars. The time deposit rates of dollars is only at 0.25%. Ang TD is probably, ang time deposit ng dollars po probably right now is at 0.5%. So hindi po siya umaabot din ng 1%. Kaya yung 125% na in-increase ng investment nyo po or yung premiums na ibinayad nyo is something that you can also worth looking into. And lastly, sabi ko nga, these are funds that are available outside of the Philippines where we are giving you opportunity to invest outside of the country. But for a more conservative individuals that you would still want to just maintain your money here in the country, we're offering also some conservative rates that are good for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years plus one. Yung 5 years plus one does not have any is free of taxes po. So hindi siya charge ng withholding tax. But for the rest po, we're still offering good rates at 2% to 2.4% depending on the amount or value of the funds that you're going to put in. These are just ordinary time deposits po na products. So you're still somehow covered by PDIC up to 500,000 pesos. This is for the peso optimizer lang po but just want to clarify po na yung PDIC coverage of 500,000 pesos applies only to peso optimizers. But for the Peso Global Technology Fund and the Dollar Opportunities, this has no PDIC coverage. So with that, I end my presentation po.
Thank you, Alvin, for that very good presentation. So you provided us additional options not to invest our money or funds for the future. Again, thank you for all our speakers, Mark, Annie, Christine, and Alvin. Please stay for the questions from our audience. Before we proceed, please fill up our evaluation form. The link is in our chat box. I think it's also in the comment section of our FB Live. Please accomplish it so that we can also improve our activities in the future. So at this juncture, we will try to ask questions from our audience. Actually, we have already some of these questions. Now, ito, tatanong ko na agad sa inyo, Sir Alvin, kasi it's a specific question from Miss Corpus. For this Peso Global Tech Fund, is there any age requirement for the investor?
Actually, sir, yes. The maximum age limit for that is like 65 years old po, sir.
Okay. So, mukhang pasok naman si Ma'am Corpus dito. Batang-bata. Another question also from Ma'am Corpus. I think it's for everybody, Do you have investment programs with guaranteed earnings? Maybe for Sir Alvin and VUL for our insurance partners. Guaranteed earnings. Sir Alvin.
Sir, unfortunately, sir, no investments, whether those, especially those invested in securities, has no guaranteed earnings. What we are looking at, what we are trying to share with you is that the value of the insurance security that we're offering. Kasi kung yung pera mo ininvest natin at nalugi, you still have a fallback kasi meron kang insurance coverage. So in case of demise, may makukuha pa rin yung yung beneficiaries mo doon sa insurance coverage. Kaya nga what we are offering is a better alternative over mutual funds, over UITF, kasi there is an insurance coverage na whatever happens to your investment, kahit malugi siya, ma-zero out, basta may insurance coverage ka, you still get the money back.
Meron pang gustong how about your other program?
Ako siguro I will not answer kung anong program. Pareho din ang isasabit ko ang aking sasagot katulad din kay Sir Alvin. Pero ang question ko lang to Ma'am Corpus is why? why would you want something guaranteed? Na ang opportunity around us is for us to earn more. Kung gusto natin ng guaranteed, magtitiis tayo talaga sa wala pang 1%. But if sayang ang inflation nandito tapos ang guaranteed nandito. So lugi ka din eh. So saan ka tataya? Anywhere you go it's lugi because again because of inflation. So sa akin, taya na tayo. Total naman may mga financial goals naman tayo that will take a longer time and through the years mahahabol whatever fluctuations na mangyari.
Okay, thank you. I think we have a live question. Sir Nats?
Hello po. Dinig na ako?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hindi naman question to. I just would like to recognize our speakers then and give some inputs. Basically, si Hermes, estudyante ko to eh. I don't know if you remember me, Hermes. Of course, Ani Rodriguez is a former faculty of La Salle Subel, also a long-time friend. And so as Alvin Ferrer, no? Client kasi ako ng Union Bank matagal na. Si Christine ngayon ko lang siya nakilala, no? Pero nice to meet you, Christine. Input lang din sa mga sinabi nila, no? Basically nga, yung sinasabi nga ni Hermes na yung insurance, you would regard it as sometimes as an expense. Pero actually, in financial planning, when you list down insurance, hindi mo siya isasama sa sa liability. No? Doon siya sa asset. Why? Depending on the insurance, it may be a participating insurance, pwede kang makakuha ng dividendo. Meron din yung phased amount that you can get. At yun nga, in the long term, pag may nangyari, what if you die too soon, may makukuha yung pamilya mo. So basically para sa akin ang insurance ay naroon siya sa side ng asset. So when you list down in financial planning, when you list down assets and liabilities, si insurance doon nilalagay yan sa sa asset, no? Tapos doon naman sa tanong na okay lang ba, Dennis, na nag-input lang ako ng konti. Si Dennis kasi nagko-compute kanina, Hermes, kasi sabi mo daw times 10 of the annual income. 5 million yung kanyang annual, so 5 times 10, that would be around 50 million. No? So I am sure he could subdivide that with ProLife, with Sun Life, and with Pilam Life.
Yes,
no?
share po tayo.
Share. Tapos kumuha ka rin ng bank insurance ni Alvin, which is minimum amount of 500,000. Solve na buhay mo. Anyways, yung sa tanong na, may sigurado bang investment? The principle in investment is basically low risk, low return. High risk, low return. Meron namang mga guaranteed investment tulad ng Pag-ibig MP2, which can give you around 6 to 7% annual return, compounded in 5 years. Ano yun nag-guarantee ng gobyerno yan kasi government backed, no? Pero yun nga ang principle Tama si Miss Annie, bakit mo i-hold yung sarili mo, no? Kung ang purpose mo ay kung mahaba pa yung retirement age mo, yung pag-i-invest mo, di doon ka sa mas exciting na investment which is equity siguro, no? Now as you approach retirement age, cambio ka ng konti, pwede ka mag-bond fund at mag-money market, no? Para ma-secure mo yung capital mo, no? So, yun yung nakikita kong bottom line din do sa napag-usapan kanina. Thank you very much to all our speakers and Sir Dennis, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Nats. Meron pang tanong dito. I think it's for everybody, no? Parang pwede ba akong mag-withdraw ng aking investment? Sir Alvin, for your investment sa VUL, pwede ba yon?
Sir, it depends really kung doon sa appetite mo ng earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that I showed, if your investment has done more than, kasi merong ano eh, ang insurance kasi merong withdrawal fees na naka-tiered yun eh. Like for example, the one that I showed, it's 5% on the first year, 4% on the second year, 3% on the third year, and so on and so forth. So if you earn more than that, halimbawa, on the first year nag-invest ka, kumita ka na ng mga 15%, even if you charge the 5% withdrawal fee, you still get the 10% income. So kita ka pa rin. You can get out of the market. Pero ang point nga doon din is, bakit? Sayang naman, di kunin mo na lang yung profit mo na kinita mo. Let's say kumita ka ng 30,000. You get it, and then you retain the insurance. You still get the opportunity to earn more, and at the same time, you are still secured. Whatever happens to you, in case of untimely demise, meron ka pa rin coverage. And mind you, in coverage na yon is 100, I don't know, I cannot speak for the other insurance na ano po. But on our part is, meron kang 125% na coverage. So kung kumita ka doon, that's something na you will not be able to earn on your ordinary savings deposit, time deposits, or even sa mga bond funds na pwede mong paglagyan.
Okay. Thank you, Alvin. Christine, since you discussed VUL, is there a way for me to withdraw my investment in VUL? Naghangata si Christine.
Nakahang si Christine.
Miss Annie.
Ako siguro ang gusto kong i-share yung personal journey ng family namin, and I think this will be a big lesson for all of us, no. Yes, we did invest in VUL, ganyan, single pay, etc. Kasi nung time na yon, nung maliliit pa yung mga bata, wala namang mga malalaking critical illness fund or health policies available. But due to emergency medical case ng aking anak he underwent open heart surgery 2015. Wala kaming magawa eh. We had to withdraw funds from our VUL and investments. The good thing is, meron kang mawi-withdraw. Ang catch lang doon, kumita ba yung pera mo? Maybe yes, maybe no. But the good part nga noon, meron kang naitabi. So sa akin, babalik pa rin talaga ako dun sa premise na bago ka talaga mag-invest in, these funds, be sure talaga na merong ding enough protection for everybody in the family. Huwag nating i-take na parents lang, na breadwinners lang. Kami ang pinaghahandaan namin para sa pag-aaral niya because he's a medical student. Graduate siya ng MedBio. Pero who would tell na siya pa yung unang mawawala? No, and we did our best. So wala kaming guilt feeling na hindi namin naibigay yung the best that we can. So sa akin, yun ang moral lesson ng aming storya, na as much as possible, everybody in the family should have coverage for health, for life insurance, and
Thank you, Annie. Meron pa akong tanong dito. I think it's for Mark kasi he's talking about dying too soon. In computing from Paul Tapagbago, in computing for the insurance if I die too soon, paano po kung yung monthly income ko nga hindi na sapat sa mga monthly needs namin? Mark.
Alright. Sige. Thank you for that question, no. So actually yung sagot is matatagpuan natin dun sa presentation ni Miss Annie kanina, no. Kung hindi sapat yung iyong income para kumuha ng life insurance, there are actually strategies, no, or techniques that we can do, which is ulitin ko lang yung sinabi ni Miss Annie. It's either you increase your income, your source of income, or you decrease your expenses, no. Yun lang yung simpleng paraan para magawa mong meron kang maialat na pera para sa life insurance mo, no. So yun na nga, one of mga shinare ni Miss Annie kanina, it's either meron kang side hustle, you do online business, you get another job, you get promoted, no. So yun, and then ano yung i-decrease naman pagdating sa sa expenses? First things first, you have to list down all the expenses na meron ka. And then identify if that particular expense can be lowered down. If not, then stay. No? So ano ba yung mga kayang i-lower down? Baka kayang magtipid ng ng electricity, ng tubig. Ano pa ba yung pwede? Baka na meron tayong vices. Kung baka umiinom tayo or nagyoyosi tayo, baka pwede natin yung i-minimize or i-eradicate totally para yung pera na nakalaan doon will be used for insurance, no, para makuha mo yung iyong ideal life insurance, no. And pagdating sa pag-compute, no, at pagkuha ng ideal life insurance coverage, hindi naman po yun outright na the-compute natin 10 million or 6 million yung yung lumabas. Kailangan 6 million isang life insurance policy, 6 million agad ang coverage. No. Ano po yan? Journey po yan, no? So ano po yan? Pwede nyo pong patsi-patsiin yan, unti-untiin, depende sa inyong budget, depende sa inyong financial situation. So ayun po, pwede pong magsimula sa maliit and then hanggang tumatagal, palalakihin na lang po natin. So yun po.
Thank you, Mark. Another question, I think it's for everybody. What is better, VUL or investing directly sa mutual fund? Given siguro VUL or meron kang life insurance plus investing in mutual fund. What do you suggest? Miss Annie? Nakangiti si Miss Annie?
Mga tricky question, maraming factors din talagang kinoconsider, but yung iba kasi ang strategy is buy term or buy, sa akin, buy ordinary life, mas mura, and then invest the difference. Yung iba naman, they go directly, diretso, nagte-trade, no? Depende kung alam mo ba ang pinapasok mo. You have to study kung saan pwedeng maganda maglagay. Kasi pag dumiretso ka, you have to monitor it. Sa akin, kanina I was listening to Rex Mendoza, no? I was listening to different experts sa field of financial planning and investments. Siya, kahit may-ari siya ng kumpanya ng mutual fund, he still invests in other mutual fund companies. Bakit? Kasi para makita mo, no, kung dito pwede kang kumita, you take advantage of all. And yung pagmamanage ng fund, hindi natin magagawa yon kung tayo lang. So sa akin, kung nag-start ka pa lang, no, wala kang time, professor, or nag-start ka ng career, better to go into mutual funds, no. Pwede yung pag-combination na pagsamasamahin mo na into DUL. Wala akong doon. It can be both, parehong beneficial yan. Ang akin lang concern ay yung pag agad-agad diretso ng stock market na baka hindi ka ready for that and you lose.
Thank you, Annie. Mark, you want to add?
All right. Sa akin naman Sir Dennis, no, to answer that question, you cannot compare an orange to an apple, no? So mahirap i-compare ang isang bagay sa hindi naman talaga dapat kino-compare, no? So for example, VUL, let's be clear, when we talk about VUL, it is basically a life insurance with investment component. No, bonus lang po yung investment doon, pero life insurance product po talaga 'yon. No, mutual funds is pure investment, and then stock market is also pure investment, pero magkaiba lang yung management. When it comes to mutual funds, there is someone who's managing the fund for you, and then for the stock market, you are personally investing in the in buying or selling the stocks. Ngayon, ang dapat nating tinitignan diyan when we invest in this, or when we put our money in this type of financial products, there are 3 things na dapat mong tignan. First is if you have the time. Do you have the time to manage the funds? If yes, then baka pwede kang pumunta sa stock market. If not, pwede mong tignan yung mutual funds at yung VUL. And then ikalawa, if you have the knowledge. Do you have the knowledge? Enough knowledge to invest in the stock market? Kasi pag hindi ka masyadong knowledgeable sa pag-invest sa stock market, you can lose a lot of money, no? Unlike kung wala kang masyadong minimal lang yung minimal lang yung knowledge mo about investing, you can go for mutual funds or VUL kasi someone's really looking after your investment. And then ikatlo, the capital or the money. Kasi may different capital requirement po yan kapag kayo ay mag-i-invest sa mutual funds, stock, and sa VUL. No? So, you identify, ito yung pera na meron ako, ito yung time na meron ako, ito yung knowledge na meron ako. And then from there, you can choose, ito yung nararapat sa akin na investment vehicle. No? So, yun po.
Thank you, Mark. No, napakalinaw. At least we are enlightened with your explanation. No, how we can, how do we decide, no, where to put our money in terms of insurance and investment? Ito, I think this is a very important question, lalo na for us na hindi ganong alam, no, how insurance work. Paano ko ba ma-insure na talagang makukuha ko yung insurance proceed ko, na hindi yung sa inyong yung nilalagay kong pera sa insurance company hindi matulad nung sa CAP? What is the insurance that I can get the proceed out of my life insurance?
Palagay ko maliliit pa sina Mark at saka si Tin nung panahon ng CAP na yon. Baka sila yung unang nakinabang eh. Kung may kukuha ang parents nyo, no, nasa inyo yung pera. Yung natira, wala na. Oo. Sige, I'll take that, no? Kasi I work for PhilAm for 29 years, no? Ang pre-need companies kasi sila, they're not under the authority of the Insurance Commission nung araw. Pinaglalaban nga namin yan na bakit dapat sana i-regulate na siya ng Insurance Commission. Hinintay pa ng gobyerno na pumutok yung CAP, na wala yung Pacific, permanent plans, and all the others. So, rest assured, for insurance companies, walang nagsasara. Pwede, i-absorb, di ba, Sir Alvin? I-absorb siya ng another insurance company. It happened already yung ING, hindi IMG ha, ING, you have Nippon, you have other companies, no, na nagme-merge sila kasi hindi mo pwedeng i-close. That's the security feature. So you should have that peace of mind na kapag talagang insurance company, legitimate to, makikita nyo naman na listahan sa Insurance Commission, rest assured that you are protected by our government.
Thank you, Ms. Annie. So that's all, no? Wala na tayong mga katanungan dito. So for our guests, no, last words, no, to promote your products or any last words to encourage us invest in VUL, insurance, or any other investment. Let's start with Mark kasi siya yung nauna.
Alright, thank you very much, Sir Dennis. No? So, ang last word ko lang is, wag po tayong matakot na kumausap ng financial expert when we are making a decision pagdating sa pag-invest or sa insurance. So, napaka-available po nila, no? Marami po kayong matatagpo ang financial advisor, baka kaibigan nyo lang or kakilala, no? So yon. And these financial experts can really give you a lot of information, helpful information to make a wise decision. So yon. And then ikalawa is to ask questions, relevant questions to your financial advisor, to these professional experts, kasi your questions matter to them, no? So yun po yung maiwan ko, and we hope that we shared a lot of value to you this afternoon at nabigyan po namin ng justice yung inilaan yung oras. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mark. How can we contact you if we want your help in terms of insurance?
Thank you, sir. You can simply search me on Facebook. Just type my name, Mark Hermes Sumulong, or you can um, message me or call me at 0917-142-0218. That is, ulitin ko po, 0917-142-0218. No? So,
Thank you,
yun
Mark.
po. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Christine?
So, ayan po, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nag-attend. So, ang maiiwan ko lang po is, habang, kasi mas marami na rin mga millennials din po ngayon. So, start young po tayo when it comes to saving and investing. Kasi nga, kapag nag-i-invest and nag-iipon, syempre it takes time talaga para mag-grow po yung iniipon po natin. So, we have to start young po talaga. So, yun po ang aking advice. Piece of advice.
Contact information, Christine?
Um,
If we want to ask your help.
Pwede niyo po akong i-search din sa Facebook. So, Facebook name po, Teen Belenario lang, para short lang po tayo. And you can contact me po sa aking contact number. So, 0905-853-6578.
Thank you,
Thank you
Christine.
po.
Miss Annie?
Yan. Sa akin naman, siguro yung diversify. Huwag nyo talagang ilagay sa isa lang. Yung iba kasi, puro real estate. Meron ako nakakausapin, no, hindi ako naniniwala sa insurance, real estate. So, I guess this forum has proven, no, that in times of need, ito talaga yung magiging kakapitan natin, that this becomes automatic cash. No, if something happened, kung may critical illness, accident, or death, magiging pera siya. And there are so many investment vehicles, including banks. Kasama po lahat yan. Hindi pwedeng one and without the other. So a little of everything para nang sa ganon, should anything happens, then the family is prepared. Maraming salamat, Lasallian Community.
Contact information, Miss Annie?
Again, yan, sa FB, you can search me then, no? And my contact number, 0917-551-0339. Ita-type ko rin sa chat box.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Of course, the last but not the least, Alvin?
Sa akin, sir, ano lang, just to share with you na lang yung naging experience ko. Sabi ko nga, sana may nagturo sa akin. At my age now, meron ako mga nakuha ring insurance, nagkaroon na ng mga returning premiums. Ito is a substantial amount. It's a welcome surprise. So, kung nag-iisip kayo about when to invest, when is the right time to invest, the right time to invest is now. Do not defer it to another day or next week or next month. Right time of investment would always be now. Kasi merong nasasayang na opportunities. Every day na nakakalipas, may nawawalang opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, thank you again. Sir Alvin, Miss Annie, Mark, Christine, thank you very much for attending this forum. You have provided us with the much needed insight, for us to decide in terms of insurance, protection, investment, risks, and how can we diversify our investments so that when things happen, I'll be safe, na hindi ako tatamaan ng mga risks na pwedeng mangyari. Maraming salamat po. Okay? So bago tayo magbigay ng formal certificate for our guests, i-announce muna natin ating winners ng ating raffle draw. Ito po yung mga nanalo, Dr. Crispina Corpus, Jeffrey Kanaynay, Mea Ann Mendoza, Miss Ara Anis. Just answer the evaluation form and our staff will contact you for your prizes. Okay, thank you. So for our certificates, Sir Leo, can we share the certificate? may I read the citation? De La Salle Marinas Alumni Association Incorporated, in partnership with Alumni Relations and Placement Office, present the certificate of appreciation to Mark Hermes Sumulong for his invaluable contribution as resource speaker during the Usapang Pera webinar series, Life Protection on Investment and Sharing of Risks. Given the 30th day of April 2021 via Zoom cloud meeting, signed, Leo D. Manansala, Director, Alumni Relations and Placement Office, Dr. Nathaniel Esgolia, President de La Salle Marinas Alumni Association Incorporated, Dr. Alvin D. Crudo, Chairman of the Board of Trustees de La Salle Marinas Alumni Association Incorporated. Certificate of appreciation, the same citation is also given to to Anife Teodora Rodriguez, Christine Ann Belenario, and Alvin S. Ferrer. Thank you very much. Okay po, maraming salamat sa pag-attend itong ating webinar series. Sir Alvin, Miss Annie, Christine, and Mark, I hope that we could meet you soon for additional discussions on investment, insurance, and other opportunities for us to earn income. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po for having us.
Bye.
To end our program, let us hear the Alma Mater song.
Hail to the star, behold the banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to be our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, the shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright and